Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and today is October 7th, 2024, and it is episode 26 of our Haunted America series, and today we're taking a trip to Big Sky Country, Montana. You might know Montana for its stunning landscapes, vast open skies, and rugged history, but beneath its beauty, there's a darker side filled with ghostly tales and eerie encounters. From haunted hotels to ghost towns frozen in time, Montana is a treasure trove of haunted history. So get in the back seat and buckle up, guys, because this is going to be one wild ride through Montana. We start our haunted tour with the Grand Union Hotel in Fort Benton. Built in 1882, this historic hotel was once considered the finest between Chicago and Seattle, welcoming visitors from all walks of life. However, with its rich history comes a dark side. Over the years, the Grand Union Hotel has earned a reputation for being one of the most haunted buildings in Montana. One of the most famous ghosts said to haunt the hotel is that of a young woman dressed in period clothing. She's often seen wandering the halls and standing by windows, staring out at the Missouri River. Some believe she was a guest who tragically drowned nearby, while others think she may have been an employee who met an unfortunate end. Guests frequently report feeling sudden chills, hearing disembodied voices, and even seeing her apparition in mirrors. The most active part of the hotel is said to be the third floor, where staff and visitors have experienced lights flickering, footsteps in empty hallways, and the sensation of being watched. The Grand Union Hotel remains open to guests, and while it has been beautifully restored, its ghostly past continues to attract paranormal investigators. Our next stop takes us to Garnet Ghost Town, located in the mountains of western Montana. Once a thriving mining town in the late 1800s, Garnet is now one of the best preserved ghost towns in the state. But it's not just the old buildings that remain. Many believe the spirits of its former residents never left. Visitors often report hearing the sounds of laughter and piano music drifting from Kelly's Saloon, even though it's been abandoned for over a century. Some have even seen shadowy figures of miners walking through the streets, or felt the eerie sensation of being watched while exploring the old cabins. One of the most famous ghostly sightings is that of a woman in a long dress who appears in the windows of the hotel, staring silently at passbyers before fading away. The ghost town is open to the public, and while it's a popular spot for history buffs and tourists, many come for its paranormal activity. Whether it's the energy left behind from its rowdy gold miners or the lingering spirits of the town's former residents, Garnet Ghost Town offers a glimpse into Montana's haunted past. Next, we visit the Daly Mansion in Hamilton, an opulent estate owned by copper magnate Marcus Daly. Built in 1886, the mansion was home to one of the richest men in Montana's history, but it's said that not all of its former inhabitants have moved on. Over the years, the Daly Mansion has become notorious for its paranormal activity. One of the most commonly seen spirits is that of Margaret Daly, Marcus's wife, who lived in the mansion until her death in 1941. She is often seen wandering the upstairs rooms, especially near her former bedroom, where guests have reported seeing her reflection in mirrors. There are also reports of children's laughter echoing through the hallways, believed to be the ghosts of children who once lived or visited the mansion. Cold spots, strange noises, and the occasional flickering of lights have been reported throughout the property. Some visitors even claim to have felt a gentle touch on their shoulder, only to turn around and find no one there. The Daly Mansion is open for tours, where guests can explore its history and perhaps encounter a ghost or two. The Chico Hot Springs Resort in Prairie, Montana, is a popular spot for relaxation and rejuvenation, but it also has a reputation for ghostly encounters. Established in 1900, this resort has attracted visitors for over a century, many seeking its healing hot springs. However, some guests have experienced more than just a soothing soak. One of the most frequently reported spirits is that of Percy Knowles, the original owner of the resort. After her death in 1936, many believe Percy never left. Guests have reported seeing her ghostly figure roaming the hallways, especially near room 349, which is said to be her favorite room. Staff have also noticed objects moving on their own and doors that open and close without explanation. Another common occurrence is the sound of footsteps in empty hallways, especially at night. Some visitors even claim to hear the faint sound of a woman's voice calling out softly as if in greeting. Chico Hot Springs Resort remains a popular destination, and while many guests come for the relaxation, some leave with ghost stories they didn't expect. Our next stop takes us to Butte, where the Copper King Mansion stands as a reminder of Montana's mining boom. Built in 1888 by William A. Clark, one of Montana's infamous Copper Kings, this mansion is a beautiful example of Victorian architecture. But beyond its lavish interior, the Copper King Mansion has gained a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in Butte. One of the most well-known ghosts is that of William Clark himself. Guests have reported seeing his apparition in the halls and near the grand staircase, where he's often seen pacing as if in deep thought. Others have encountered the spirit of a young maid who worked in the mansion and died under mysterious circumstances. Her ghost is often spotted in the kitchen, sometimes rearranging objects or making her presence known with a soft whisper. Lights flicker, footsteps echo in empty rooms, and some guests have even reported seeing ghostly figures in the mirrors of the mansion's opulent rooms. The Copper King Mansion is now a bed and breakfast, and visitors are welcome to stay the night if they dare. Our next stop takes us to the historic Fairweather Inn in Virginia City, one of Montana's best preserved gold rush towns. Built in the late 1800s, this quaint hotel has hosted many guests over the years, some of who may have never left. Virginia City itself is often referred to as a ghost town, but it's not just abandoned, it's truly haunted, with the Fairweather Inn being one of the most active spots. Guests at the inn frequently report hearing phantom footsteps echoing down the hallways, especially late at night when the building is quiet. Doors open and close by themselves, and strange whispers can be heard coming from empty rooms. One of the inn's most famous hauntings is that of a ghostly woman in a white dress, who is often seen standing at the top of the staircase. She's believed to be the spirit of a woman who died tragically in the hotel many years ago. The Fairweather Inn still operates today, and while it offers visitors a glimpse into Montana's gold rush era, many guests leave with more than just memories of the past. They leave with stories of ghostly encounters. Our next stop is one of the most historically significant and haunted locations in Montana, the Little Bighorn Battlefield, the site of Custer's last stand. This battlefield, where the infamous conflict between the U.S. Army 7th Cavalry and the combined forces of the Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho tribes took place in 1876, is steeped in tragedy. Thousands of lives were lost here, and it's said that many of the fallen never truly left. Visitors to the battlefield often report eerie sensations, feelings of sorrow and dread as they walk the hallowed grounds, disembodied voices, the distant sounds of battle, and even the ghostly figures of soldiers and Native American warriors have been spotted wandering the plains. One of the most common sightings is the figure of a cavalryman, dressed in 19th century uniform, standing silently near Last Stand Hill before disappearing into thin air. The battlefield is now a national monument, open to the public for tours. While most visitors come to honor the history, many leave feeling like they've encountered something far beyond the physical world. Next up is the Boulder Hot Springs, a resort that has been attracting visitors since the late 1800s. While people come to check out those hot springs, many leave with stories of the paranormal. The resort was once a bustling hotel and spa, and over the years, it has developed a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in Montana. One of the most commonly reported ghosts is that of Simone, a young woman who is believed to have been a prostitute in the early 1900s. According to legend, she was murdered in the hotel, and her spirit has remained ever since. Guests often report hearing her laughter in the hallways or catch glimpses of her figure near the second-floor windows. She's known for being mischievous, sometimes moving objects and playing with the lights. Aside from Simone, guests and staff have also reported hearing phantom footsteps, doors slamming, and the occasional whisper of a voice calling out late at night. Boulder Hot Springs remains open as a resort. While its hot springs offer healing, its haunted history provides a more chilling experience. Bannack is another of Montana's most well-preserved ghost towns, and it's known for more than just its abandoned buildings. Founded in 1862 during the gold rush, Bannack quickly grew into a booming town, but was later deserted as the gold dried up. Today, it's a ghost town in the truest sense, with the spirits of its former residents still lingering. One of the most famous hauntings in Bannack is that of Dorothy Dunn, a young girl who drowned in Grasshopper Creek, which runs through the town. Dorothy is often seen wandering near the creek, her ghostly figure dressed in old-fashioned clothing. Some visitors claim to hear the sound of a child's laughter or crying when no children are around. Bannack's old schoolhouse is also said to be haunted, with the apparition of a former schoolteacher frequently seen inside. The town is now a state park, open for tours and ghost hunts. While its buildings are frozen in time, its ghosts seem to remain just as active as they were over a century ago. Our final stop on this haunted tour of Montana is the Sacagawea Hotel in Three Forks. Built in 1910, this historic hotel has hosted guests for over a century, but some say not all of its visitors have left. Over the years, the Sacagawea Hotel has become known for its ghostly activity, with several spirits said to roam its halls. One of the most famous hauntings is that of a mysterious woman dressed in white, who is often seen near the grand staircase. Guests have reported hearing the sound of her footsteps echoing throughout the hotel late at night, and some have even caught a glimpse of her wandering the halls. There are also reports of a mischievous male spirit who plays pranks on guests by moving objects or turning lights on and off unexpectedly. The Sacagawea Hotel still operates today, offering guests a luxurious stay with the side of the paranormal. Whether you come for the history or the hauntings, the Sacagawea Hotel offers a unique experience that will leave you wondering who or what you might have encountered during your visit. And that wraps up our look at Montana, guys. We looked at a lot of cool things. We saw mostly some ghost towns. Montana did not disappoint. If you're loving the Halloween podcast, please don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. And if you want to learn a little bit more about these haunted locations, especially exactly where they're located, check out those show notes for any additional information. And if you'd like to support the show, head on over to our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com. Check out our merch store. We got a lot of cool Halloween themed stuff on there for you guys. A lot of merch. So go ahead, check it out, and order some. Support the show. And if you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, send me an email at thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. And also, I am looking for guests because Haunted America is about halfway done, and I'm going to start getting ready to some regular Halloween programming starting next month, so I need some guests. And I can't forget about our Facebook page, facebook.com/thehalloweenpodcast. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow as we continue our journey through Haunted America. Next up, we'll be diving into the ghostly stories of Nebraska. I'll see you then. Have a good night.
It took a lifetime to find the person you want to marry. Finding the perfect engagement ring is a lot easier. At BlueNile.com, you can find or design the ring you've always dreamed of with help from Blue Nile's jewelry experts who are on hand 24/7 to answer questions and the ease and convenience of shopping online. For a limited time, get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more with code POD at BlueNile.com. That's $50 off with code POD at BlueNile.com.